So, yes, my camera signal appears to be gone. So, oh well.
But we're back.
Where did my earbuds go?
For those of you just joining us, we are fairly into Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Yes.
And we left off looking at an interesting spiral design.
Yes, which we did not have an item to get. I assumed that we needed a chisel or something.
No.
Solvent?
Not quite. Solvent? Yeah. It's a solvent. You're not gonna believe what it is.
Beer.
Wait for me, old bean.
No. Oh, that's where it is. I forgot.
Oh, kerosene.
Okay. Kerosene will work. There's another item that'll work too. But I don't think you can get the book this way.
Sorry, old chum. That lamp's a part of my shop. I'll let you have that.
Okay, if you want to get the lamp, you're gonna have to ask for Sophia's help.
Oh.
And what is Sophia good at doing?
She is good at enticing the other men.
Talking.
Yes.
Let's look around.
I think you have to go back into the temple and distract him there.
Hold up there, friend.
Spoilers, I've played before. It's quicker that way. It is.
Well, any ideas yet?
Well, that way I'm not just bumbling around and saying, this should work!
Talk to Sophia.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to talk to the floor.
No, I was just trying to move, so that way I could actually click on Sophia.
What's up?
Yes, we're going to move 2 feet in the other direction. He will never hear us then.
Could you talk to Sternhardt and keep him occupied?
Okay. Dr. Sternhardt, I'd like to speak to you.
Now you can go out and get the lamp.
Yay! Stealing stuff!
It's not nailed down. It's not stealing, it's borrowing.
Good thing that pest Sternhardt's not around.
Oh, talking about people behind their backs.
Now go back.
Monument to the genius of the mines.
And yes, kerosene can work on it.
Excuse me, won't you? Let's see what your friend is up to.
The kerosene won't pour out.
Open it.
So, you took my lamp, eh? I hope you know what you're doing.
Nope, not a single clue. Now you can use it.
Look, the kerosene ate away the tarnish.
Remarkable.
Now you can pick it up.
Now I got it.
Marvelous.
Look at it first.
It's a stone carving.
Okay.
It's a stone carving.
Yes. Use with the head. Oh, come on. Use spiral design with animal head.
It fits perfectly. Now it looks kind of like an elephant.
Amazing.
Considering there's no elephants over here. Boy.
Look at that.
Astonishing.
He was right, it was a crypt. Don't touch it, it's
Bless my
trapped.
soul, the tomb of an Atlantean king. Here's a small stone disc with images of land and sea engraved on it. I do believe it's a world stone.
Ah, you're gonna
At
need
last
that
I
later
have the
too.
thing. Goodbye,
He
fellow
just
seekers.
stole it.
Wait!
Oh no, he got away!
And he had a secret door hidden there just because. Now,
Ooh,
see something
pick up shiny
shiny.
thing. Shiny bead.
Yes. If it is shiny, it must be picked up.
Too bad for Sternhardt. He missed the orichalcum bead.
And I believe you will be seeing
I
Sternhardt
have
again,
one bead.
unfortunately, for him.
He is going to get such a whipping.
No.
No, I'm going to use whip.
No, it won't work, because
Oh,
by the
but-
time you run into him again...
I won't have Zwip.
Let's just sum it up this way. What happens to every person in an Indiana Jones game who steals something right from in front of them?
They die.
In some horrible way. Now again, you can die in this game. No place really early on you can die.
They're after the style switch.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, think about it this way. You've got an Ori Halcon bead.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ori Halcon. And you've got at least one other person to go talk to.
Yeah.
So let's go to the
Let's go
Azores.
to the airport.
And I think at this point you do not have to go back to Tikal at all.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was just testing to see if my camera was working anymore. It's not. But it's still picking up my sound.
That's good.
Well, you can hear me, so that's the way I know.
This is his house?
This is it.
One of the few cases in the game where you can actually control Sophia.
Excuse
I
me.
think there may be one other
Yes?
case, but I'm not remembering.
Are you sure this is Costa's
it's
house?
impossible to control Sophia.
Pretty sure, but I've never actually met him.
Yeah. This game does take a little while to get through, though.
It's
Why don't you talk to him?
My pleasure.
okay. We're going to open door.
Mr. Costa!
This better be important.
He's a cranky
Are
old
you
man.
sure you know what
Oh
you're
no!
doing?
Just watch.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Oh. Eye level.
No, yeah. Either that or he's looking at her necklace, which is entirely possible too.
Professor Costa, my name is Sophia Hapgood.
Madam Sophia, a renowned psychic?
We need your help.
At your service.
What can you tell us about Plato's Lost Dialogue?
What do you want to know?
Do you know what's in it?
Nope,
Can you get it for me?
nope,
Do you have it?
not exactly.
Have you read it?
Sorry.
Do you know where we could find it?
Well now, that depends. I might trade the information for a rare Atlantean artifact, such as a certain necklace I heard about.
Information for a rare
I'll
artifact.
never trade away my
That
necklace.
seems just a little
Well then,
unbalanced.
if that's how you feel,
Yeah.
Would you do business with my friend here?
Madame, I'll do business with anyone.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye for now.
Ah!
At your command,
I
madame.
accidentally click outside the thing and it just pauses
Be a
the game.
stranger now.
What a charming old man.
Trade, huh? If not your necklace, then what, I wonder?
Gee, where did we see an Atlantean artifact recently?
An eel coil. So let's see.
My necklace.
Pick up. Now I want to pick up Indiana Jones.
You can't.
Ah. She should at least say I can't pick that up instead of not letting me select him. That'd just be funny.
She doesn't want to pick him up. Oh, important note, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but when you're hovering over the car, there's something that's highlighted yellow. That's what happens when you right-click.
Yeah.
Which makes it really
Let's
easy
get
to
out of
click
here.
commands on certain things.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll still want to do an alternative command just to get more information, but...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, we have the option Iceland or New York. And there are things we can go do in New York, but right now we're on a hot lead.
Namely, we want the artifact that he's digging up.
Yeah,
Oh.
hot, heavy books. He is a popsicle.
Oh.
He is a meat popsicle. Go look at him.
Oh, no.
Too bad. He's frozen solid. A little too dedicated to
And
his
you've
work, I
left
guess.
him for, like, how long?
Well, we did get on a plane ride.
2 plane rides. 3 plane rides.
That might be it. Oh, we can get the eel head.
It won't budge from the
Oh.
ice. Well, that doesn't seem to work.
No, the eel head is exposed. What can you do with an eel
I have
head?
one bead.
Use orichalcum. Use orichalcum with exposed eel head.
It fits perfectly. Whoa!
Look, it melted itself right out of the ice.
It's a creepy looking thing.
It's a bronze coil. Poor
It
Heimdall.
almost kind of looks like a stove coil.
Yeah.
Poor Heimdall.
So anyway, you have a rare Atlantean
I don't
artifact.
think that'll work.
I wanted to whip him.
You want to whip everyone.
Yes, I do. Why do I have the whip if I can't whip people?
You actually can whip people later,
Oh, good.
but it's only in certain places.
Oh.
Let's head for the airport.
Kinky.
Oh, no.
So, you've got a rare Atlantean artifact.
Back to the Azores.
Yeah. Now, you don't need to go back to Tikal or Iceland. But you may have to go back to Barnett College. I'm not sure.
Well, we got the coal and the rag.
There are potentially 2 other things you could need to get from there.
Ah.
Potentially.
On the other side of the stairs closed sign.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to ask her to do business with Indy.
No, you did.
That was last time.
No, you did this time too.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay, well, we're going to open door.
Mr. Costa?
Pipe down, I'm coming.
Be firm, but polite.
I suppose you're selling something. If it's not a priceless artifact, I don't want it.
Fine leather jacket. No, wait, wrong.
That's going to be another next Let's Play. Though
Actually, you can make a joke about fine leather jackets in this game.
Yay!
Anyway, talk about a trade.
Let's talk about a trade.
Okay, what you got?
No.
I'm
Nobody
offering this
wants.
mysterious eel figurine.
Now that looks interesting. You've got a deal, mister. Now listen carefully. I don't know exactly where to find it, but the lost dialogue of Plato is in the Pierce collection. Got that?
I think so. The Pierce collection.
Very good. Nice doing business with you.
Which is in Barnett College.
The Pierce collection? You know something, Sophia? I believe Barnett College owns the Pierce collection.
A research laboratory somewhere in Germany.
Elsewhere.
Dr. Uberman. Fantastic news.
Should be quiet. This
Connor! At last! See what Herr Jones has kindly provided. What on earth? Isn't it amazing? You fool! You come back to show me this prehistoric knick-knack?
Herr Doctor, I believe this knick-knack, as you call it, comes from the lost city.
Then we have failed! I see no evidence here of some magical metal Plato called orichalcum!
Look here. Concealed in the base is a small shiny bead.
And it glitters like fire! Exactly as Plato described!
It's my guess we found the treasure we seek.
I never guess! We must test!
He's burning all of his equipment.
Yep.
I'm still reminded.
Done it!
I am
Technology
still.
of uranium without
Wow.
any radioactivity! And those smart American scientists know nothing!
And Sophia digs for trinkets in the desert.
Suppose I placed the bead inside the statue's open mouth. You saw that? Think of trucks powered by these beads. Think of tanks. Think of airplanes.
Use your imagination, Colonel! Think big like the American! Think of bomb!
Oh dear.
I am still heavily reminded of the Captain America movie.
Okay.
There are
Now.
striking similarities.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Fun part. I believe the stairway up is open now.
Oh, good.
Yes,
So
it
why are you
is.
dragging me in here?
This is Caswell Hall. We store all our junk here.
You think Plato's Lost Dialogue is junk?
Oops.
I used to. Now I'm not so sure.
Well, when you figure it out, I'll meet you in your office.
So you can go upstairs now, and I believe you can get the gum we mentioned way back in episode 1.
Let's see. Look at school desk.
It's an old lecture hall desk, complete with a wad of gum, I'll bet.
Oh, good.
You want to
Use.
pick up gum.
Pick up gum.
It sure is gooey.
Ew.
Now, let's see. I believe you need to go back down to the boiler room.
A fine example of braided hemp.
Well, wait, wouldn't the Bernard collection be in the library?
It's a screw.
Ooh,
Early
screw.
20th century, I believe. It's screwed in too tight.
Oh.
Yep.
See, it's not a nail, it's a screw.
Well, okay, think about it this way. You saw something earlier that was too slippery to climb up. You have gum now.
Ah, yes. I just still want to go back up to the other parts of the collection to see what else there is. Just to see if I can get any other reactions. Oh, look, the artifact I mercilessly destroyed.
Yeah.
Looks like textiles from the Shaman collection.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go back down to the exit. So I'm going to use a really old wad of gum.
Yes. It sure is gooey.
I think I'll stick this on my shoes for traction.
The logic is
the
amazing.
gum works.
Only adventure puzzle logic.
Alright. There are two possible options.
I believe it's part of the old Pierce collection.
Yep.
These aren't the books I'm looking for.
I'll give you a hint. Look up.
Yep.
I'm not getting out that way. It's a book ready to fall.
I get
have
two
that
of
would be-
something.
I don't think that'll work.
Oh,
What do you have that would be small enough to throw up to
A
dislodge?
fine sample of bitumen. It's the lost dialogue of Plato.
Now, an interesting note to those viewing. You can kind of tell where the book is going to be fairly early on, which you do get the advantage if you play through that first part, if you see the red book when the bookshelf falls and causes you to crash through the floor. I won't spoil the other locations where the book can be found, but in short, that's the book.
the Greek original was lost, so I've used the Arabian text I found in an Italian monastery years ago, and I always thought it was a hoax. Now I wonder, could this remarkable book hold the secret to long-lost Atlantis? Possibly. Probably not. No one will publish it, that's for certain. Fear of ridicule is too great. To be safe, I've sent a copy to Pierce. Charles Sternhardt. 1922.
Which was about 15 or so years before the setting of this game. I don't remember the exact date this game is set to be placed.
Did it ever actually say?
I don't think so. Anyway, Sophia happens to be waiting in your office.
Yes.
And you're getting really close to that divergence point,
Oh wait, what is
where the
this?
game splits into 3 paths. You have the Wits path, which is more puzzles and that kind of stuff. You have the Team path, where you're also relying on Sophia. And then, of course, there's the Power path, where you're beating people up.
Yay!
I got it. I found Plato's lost dialogue.
Really?
Our jungle friend Sternhardt is quite the scholar.
Let me see.
Ah. In shame I hereby do count time and place whereof Cadet spoke in rendering Egyptian and Greek and made a tenfold error. Instead of lying 3,000 miles hence, Atlantis may have well been 30,000 miles away, or perhaps it was less than 300 miles from our own shores. Likewise, it may be that the Lost Kingdom held sway as many as 100,000 years ago, or as few as 1,000. If a kingdom arose on Earth beyond anywhere men might travel, then we would hear of it. We would never hear of it. We ought to accept the lesser figure. Aquarius has founded 2 colonies, the lesser 160 miles northward of the city, and the greater 650 miles away southwest. Gates of the kingdom opened only with the aid of special stones, probably those earth stones that he, like,
The World Stone,
Yeah.
there's a Moonstone mentioned on that second page, and a Sunstone that's mentioned there on that first page. You'll see all 3 of them mentioned. As spoiler, yes, you will need to collect all 3.
well, that's kind of obvious. Whenever you hear any collection of ancient artifacts
Ancient
of power,
special stones, especially
Yeah.
if they happen to come in 3, 5, 7s, or other
Possibly
combinations.
8s. Possibly 8s.
8 sometimes, 6s sometimes, but 4s are actually more common than 6s or 8s.
Yeah. To approach Atlantis, final entrance only yields only to contrary minds. And it's said that dwellers in Atlantis had no horses or any need of them. Recalculating the metal that glittered like fire, instead they cast it into shiny beads and used them as we do minted coins, paying their statues to do their work as if by magic. When their colonies were failing, wise men carved strange devices out of amber to search for the metal, but only proud Atlantis ever yielded a supply. You have called the kingdom wealthy, but surely this is absurd. As the waters rose around their city, the kings of Atlantis, one after another, sought to hold off fate, knowing mortal men would never rule the sea. They planned a huge colossus, which, by use of orichalcum, 10 beads at a time, would make them look like the gods themselves. Narab-Sal was one such king. He said it was, say, the wise men of Egypt, who first put men in the Colossus, making many freaks of nature at times when the celestial spheres were well aligned. As I doubt we are hearing a child's tale.
I don't see how this will help us find Atlantis.
Didn't you notice Plato's tenfold numbering error?
So he got his dates mixed up. Why is that so important?
But it's very important later on, too. And, excuse
We
me
may
a
not
moment,
find
I will be
Atlantis
right
in the
back.
Atlantic at all.
Where then?
Atlantis is in the Mediterranean!
Plato is right. Atlantis is in the Mediterranean.
You mean 300 miles from Greece instead of 3,000?
Let's see.
Yes, the cradle of civilization.
You could be right. He once told me he came from the middle of the world. That's what Mediterranean means.
Good old Nurab Sal. I'm starting to like him.
Wait, quiet.
Oh gosh.
I think I'm getting something.
Oh dear, here it goes.
That orichalcum sure is spooky stuff.
Spooky? Haven't you learned anything? Among the artifacts that Kerner stole was a small stone disc with a hole in it. I'm sure it was one of the 3 stones mentioned in Plato's book. And I didn't find it. I bought it from Omar al-Jabbar in Algiers.
Haven't we talked to enough of these nutcases?
Or was it Atlantis in Monte Carlo? Either way, Algiers or Monte Carlo. This much I do know. You'll need all 3 stones if you want to find Atlantis.
How will I find Trottier and Al-Jabbar?
Not so fast. First, I'm going to tell your fortune.
Ooh,
Look into my eyes. Deep into my eyes. For Pete's sake, I'm not going to hurt you. Now hold still. You are a remarkable man, Dr. Jones. You possess great strength of character. You are resourceful, always eager to solve life's deepest puzzles. I could never follow the thoughts of your maze-like mind. So I can't follow you along the twisting path that leads to Atlantis.
Okay, we're going to stop here temporarily while I try and figure out my technical issues, and as well to wait for my partner Chandra to come back, because this is that one part that she was talking about.